welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So this is a video that's kind of like some of the other videos I just did, where it kind of talk or discuss, or maybe even question a few things, just to open a discussion. It's just for fun. Anyways, I talked about this idea before I did a previous video where I was talking about a friend that I grew up with, who sadly passed away. And I didn't end up making the video at that time because I wanted to talk about him and my experiences. And I did bring up in that video that, I'd probably get around to talking about this topic. And the question is, what or who or what is a retro gamer? And this kind of like ties into some of these other videos that have been circulating around. There's that one, the retro problem, which was RGT85's video, and a bunch of other YouTubers, including myself, did a response on it, and a few other YouTubers did the exact same kind of question. And there's a lot of back and forth, and talking about the gatekeeping, talking about just the type of people, and so anyways, I remember watching a video, which was kind of like a response video to that video. It's just, you get response videos to response videos to response videos, but anyways. So, a fellow YouTuber he goes by the name of Retro Complex, he kind of was throwing his 2 cents in there. And one of the things he said kind of got me thinking, and he said that he doesn't want to consider himself a retro gamer. He doesn't like calling himself a retro gamer because it just comes with all this stigma. It comes with this baggage, essentially. And, that's kind of what he was getting at anyway. So those weren't the exact words he was using. But he was kind of getting at that just the community itself is kind of toxic and stuff like that. And sure, I think a lot of communities are toxic. I think that's just the way it is, especially if it's something that's done through YouTube, online, or whatever, where you can get a lot of toxic people jumping in on the conversation, and especially when they themselves are anonymous. They have a fake name, and they have like an avatar. You don't know who they are. They have no
bastard.
They can say whatever they want. They get no repercussions.
I think he's talking about Sly.
Sure, those type of people exist, and you're always going to get that. But I don't think it matters what you're into. I kind of going back to what I said in my previous video. I do things like I play card games like Magic the Gathering. I kind of talked about that. I have my Magic cards just sitting here. And even in that type of community, in the card gaming community, there's going to be people like that. But anyways, what really kind of spoke to me was when he said he doesn't consider himself a retro gamer. And then I kind of took a step back and I'm like, well, what is exactly a retro gamer?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Just plays video games, like old video games. Is it a collector? Like, someone who has like
I'm that too.
Stuff like this. Like, this is Stampede. I got this from a good friend sent it to me, and this is an original box for the television, and you could have a ton of these things on your wall, all these games and stuff. Is that what makes you a retro gamer? And there's a lot of stigma that comes along with that as well. Also with things like this, if I play flashback consoles, am I a retro gamer? Or is it just strictly playing the original hardware, the original stuff? So, it's just kind of like going back and forth with it, going, what would constitute you being a retro gamer? Well, for me, I just consider myself a gamer. I've been playing from the early days of the television. I grew up with this stuff, so to me, it's not retro gaming. To me, it's just gaming. But I don't play any of the modern stuff. So if I call myself a gamer, I don't play modern games. I don't play Xbox or PS, whatever. Or I'm not into the new stuff. So I'm really just an old school. I play the old stuff. Dude. So maybe that's what is considered a gamer. I don't know. It's just one of those questions that I just want to throw out there. What do you think? Do you consider yourself a retro gamer? If you do, what do you play that makes you a retro gamer? What do you like that makes you a retro gamer?
After playing
What is
this
the
game, I
system
wish I
you play on?
wasn't.
What is, you know, is it just you like the old
This
games?
game's the
Is it that you
bastard
grew up
child
and you consider yourself just a gamer?
of
Or
the
do you
Odyssey
really see it as
2.
being a retro gamer because you're playing the old games and you have the old stuff and you're old like me?
By the way,
Anyways,
Brian,
yeah, I just
Odyssey
wanted to
2
throw
is
this in
better
here
than
as a little video
Intellivision,
for fun,
hands
just to,
down.
just to ask what you think of being a retro gamer. Anyways,
Your
let me know what you
Intellivision
think.
never
Leave some
had a
comments down
freaking
below. I would like to hear what you have to say.
controller
Like and
option.
subscribe. Talk to you later.
Odyssey didn't either, but Odyssey at least was a joystick,
KG1 replaces all of those
not a
handheld
keypad,
buttons.
not a
That's
telephone.
made simple.
At least it's a joystick.
Hello and welcome to GameSack. Let's check out some games that need more love. Now, maybe you've heard of some of these titles and maybe you haven't. These aren't necessarily unknown games. It's just that they don't get appreciated as much as I feel that they should. And since they aren't celebrated as much as I think they should be, there is the possibility that a lot of people never thought to play them. And I think that everyone should play these games. Anyway, first up is a Genesis game that came out in the latter half of this life. We start out with Beyond Oasis for the Genesis from Ancient, the same people who brought us Streets of Rage 2 and 3. This one is called Story of Thor Elsewhere. This one's an overhead adventure game that bears a passing resemblance to many of the Zelda titles. You play as Prince Ali. Yes, the Aladdin soundtrack is now stuck in my head too. Anyway, during the opening cutscene, you find a gold armlet. This will let you summon certain elemental spirits after you find them. There's a guy with a silver armlet out there causing some trouble, and you need to put him in his place. The control will take a small amount of time to become comfortable with, but once you do, it's smooth sailing. You can jump, attack, and summon your elemental powers once you acquire them. You tap C to jump and hold it to crouch. You tap B to stab, but you can also hold it and do motions with the D-pad for bigger and stronger attacks. The start button brings up your menu. Here you have items and you can use them to refill your health and magic meters, check your status, switch your weapons, or look at a map and see where you need to go next. Once you have them, you summon the elemental spirits with the A button. If it hits a water object, you get the water spirit. If it hits a fiery object, you get the fire spirit, and so on. Using the elementals can be a bit weird sometimes as they can seem kind of dumb, but you'll definitely need them to get past certain obstacles. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it soon enough. The game has a large overworld and several dungeon-type areas to make your way through. Like the Zelda games, the dungeons occasionally have small puzzles to figure out. Sometimes you might just need to defeat all of the enemies to open a door, other times you'll need to get a key or whatnot. You don't gain any experience or money in this game, but you can level up a little bit by collecting these hearts. These will slightly increase your stats. The game might seem slow to some, but honestly it's kind of relaxing. You go at your own pace, which is nice, and you can save at almost any time on the overworld just as long as you're not being attacked by enemies. The graphics remind me of an animated movie, with the sprites looking like cells from a cartoon. The backgrounds are also very nice, with many areas giving a hand-drawn feel. The visuals only update at 30 frames per second, which is not ideal, but fortunately this isn't a fast-paced action game. If that's a deal breaker for you, well, then I pity you, because you're missing out on a great game. The sound and music was done by Yuzo Koshiro, and it was definitely a departure compared to what we were used to from him at the time. The music here is a lot more ambient, not stuff you usually hear coming from the Genesis. It becomes louder and more intense when needed, and quiet and lighter at other times. There's also some stereo panning of some of the environmental sound effects. This isn't the longest game in the world, and it'll take you about 6 or so hours to finish. But honestly, it's 6 hours worth spending. Of course,
yes, 606.
It might take you closer to 10. This one definitely does not.
Finally, I have the highest record on video. Thank you. Finally. I'm gonna go with my real name on this one. Fuck
And
yeah.
here,
Finally.
a prequel on the Saturn called Legend of Oasis.
Finally.
But
606.
upgraded in every area, just like you'd expect.
Definitely happy for today.
Since the legends here are much larger.
Finally. There you have it. 606.
Oh, yeah, and it was a
Finally. I broke
2D games weren't very appreciated.
the online
Improvements and everything, and now the game runs at 60 frames per
record.
second. The music is even more
It took me
this time around.
4 days
Decide if that's a good thing.
of trying to figure something out. There you have it. Patrick. 606. I beat the 595. I still didn't hit the 1K. That's next. 1K's next. 606. Thank y'all for putting up with me. Finally. Freedom Fighters. 606. Beat that. Dean TV.